Hey, what's up guys, Devon Studios here, and today I'm going to talk about the Xbox 360 games that are on Game Pass. Um, I've been played a few games on there. I played Fable 3, Gears of War 3, as well as, Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. These are some of these games I've played during the good old days of 360, like 5 or 6 years ago. Oh my goodness, I feel old. uh, these are good games, with an exception of Fable 3. That's pretty bad game. But while playing them, I couldn't help get the feeling that I wasn't playing a complete game. It and more like felt like I was playing an emulated ROM of the game, and it's not a proper remaster. I mean, there's some, of course, with it being on the Xbox One, there's going to be some graphical fidelity increase, but in terms of gameplay and the controls, it really does feel like someone just copied the entire game onto a disc and then threw it into the marketplace. That's what it felt like. Some games like Fable 3 and Star Wars Force Unleashed, they kind of have different problems, but they all have the same exact problems. Um, in particular, Star Wars Force Awakens 2, there was one part where my character was just not move at all. He wouldn't move at all. Like, my controller was working, the light was on, and the console had it frozen up at all. I was being hit by enemies as well. I believe I have gameplay to show that, but my character just wouldn't move at all, not one bit. And then of course there's surprisingly there's some frame skip just for Force Unleashed 2. There's some really bad frame skip at some parts, probably the loading of some sort, but it was during a boss battle. Not too sure about why that happened exactly, but anyway. And Fable 3, while it's not the best game as it was as I remember playing it back then. The combat it was bad. It was awful. It like the buttons that I pressed for combat, just to roll around or to dodge, just wouldn't register at all. This same thing for Force Unleashed 2. That sometimes the buttons just wouldn't register at all. It wouldn't register. I wouldn't be able to dodge or to roll out the way or attack or jump in a certain instance. And also the textures, sometimes the things take a long time to load, which is odd and strange for me. This being on the Xbox One S, I don't know, it just really does feel like an emulator. And I understand, it's actually intriguing to me. I get why Microsoft put these games on Game Pass, because they're not remasters. They're not digital remasters. They're just copy and paste from Xbox 360. They don't even have like the same wallpaper as Devil May Cry 4 has. It just has its own wallpaper. It doesn't have the Xbox 360 logo next to it, but these games do. They do. Gears doesn't have it. I hardly had any problems with Gears of War 3, honestly, but for the time being, I might be able to play some Gears of War 3. Play the whole series. I haven't been able to play a Gears game for a while now, but yeah, I might try to play it. it might be as good as I remember it. But hopefully the gameplay and the controls are a lot better than those other two games. But yeah, I just have a strange feeling that the Xbox 360 games on there on the Game Pass service is just emulators. They it just feels like that. I know that it's like a costly thing, like a costly proficient thing, cost saving thing, where Xbox can that they can only have like a selected amount of Xbox 360 games that sold really well during its lifetime, because I understand it costs a lot of money to remaster or remake all of these titles for the Xbox One, and especially when a title wasn't really built for the Xbox One and has to be rebuilt from the ground up, pretty much. And I don't really think that any company like Capcom or any company like that would just take time and money and resources to rebuild a game for Xbox One to get decent sales. I really um, don't think that's gonna ever happen. Perhaps, but in terms of Game Pass, no, no. This is Javon Studios signing out. See you guys later.